Hi there. So this is video 11. So I'm coming on here with the expression of love. That's like the highlight around what we're going to be talking about. And what does it feel like in your own body, in your own heart center, the love that you have for yourself? I really want you to drop into yourself, drop into your body, drop into who are you? I want you to feel the heartbeat of your heart out of your chest. When you believe in love within yourself, when you see love, the way that you articulate your own words, the way that you shine your light onto the world is so seen, and you are so unique in your own way. So I invite you, where are you holding back the love for yourself and the person that's in the mirror? Where are you not holding space for who you are? Where are you neglecting yourself, neglecting your needs? Where are you neglecting what your body's telling you? Going back to feeling your heartbeat, as you feel that it's the remembrance of you being alive. You are here in this human body, which is beautiful. Feel the heartbeat. Be present. Oftentimes, with the grief, with leaning into the heart center, there's a lot of grief that has to be released. Grief of the old self, grief of who you once were, who you weren't, grief of the relationships that you thought were gonna last, grief on items that you lost, grief on losing people that meant so dearly, grief of certain events that happen in our life, grieving things that we could have said, grieving things that we should have said, but recognizing it all holds in our heart space. The grief of lost memories. Oftentimes there's grief when you come back to a memory and you're like, oh, I forgot. Because the opposite of grief is love. And it happens when we experience something so deeply that we love, and growing with that, and then it being gone. Because grief is love standing still. That's a quote. And when I was younger, I struggled a lot with grief. Grief was a very defining moment. I lost my grandmother when I was young, and she was a very huge maternal figure for me that cared for me and loved me in the ways that my own mother wasn't really present enough for. And when that happened, it took me, the world shut off. The world shut off. Things got darker. And I was only 8. So that really led me to a path of destruction. I made friends with destruction. I was a co-pilot of destruction. I just wanted to feel loved like my grandmother loved me. I felt a necessary bond that I needed behind her, that I lost. And I know now, what I know now is, like, she's always with me. She's with me right now, you know? Like, it's wild to think of that concept, and I'll go into further more in another video, but, like, even within my own life, grieving friendships, that's also something that's huge, is, like, I would make friends, and then something would happen where I would lose their trust, or just regaining the trust back of what I'm trying to be more authentic. Oftentimes you find people that are like, let's clip this, let's clip that. So, like, a part of me was like, I should just end this and not continue, but it goes back to, what are you not holding space for in your heart? Like, going back to the grief is has to be felt, and it's never not gonna go away, because there's often times, like last week I sobbed about my grandmother, and it's been like 18 years, and that was like the greatest loss of my life. So I wonder if you are feeling grief right now, whatever the circumstance, how can you channel that energy into whatever that looks like to you? It could be just expression. Expressing, like, emotions, feeling your emotions, and diving into the deeper waters. It could be just feeling a deep connection to your heartbeat. Leaning into that heart space, opening your heart to other people, especially when there's been a lot of shut down and guarded, and walls and, like, barriers on the barriers, locking the door and throwing away the key. How can you open that heart space up to your own expression, your expression of your own emotions? How can you feel free in your own body and find placement in that love, in that grief? Because it's not going to go away. It's just going to get suppressed and suppressed and suppressed down into illness, like diseases and chronic illness. And it's time to hold space for the parts of you and the past loved ones and the parts of you that you grieve. Allow that love and allow that grief to be present. Because it's all welcome. It's all welcome. It doesn't have to look one way or another. And if you were to tap into that energy, how can you? Do you need to punch a pillow? Are you feeling rage? Are you feeling disconnected? Like, what can you do now in your body? Nobody else can do such in your body besides you. Well, that was... yeah. Anyways, I hope you know that you're not alone. And reach out if you need somebody, no matter what that looks like.